Hello, everybody. It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. TGIF Friday. And if you got my note earlier, I said we're talking chenille today. So I want to welcome everybody. And I've got a couple samples here of things made with chenille that I'm going to share with you and anybody else that's on our class today, because we are busy working on our Sweet Liberty pillow. Yeah, I've got this much of it done so far, but this is the Sweet Liberty, Sweet Land of Liberty Kimberbell pillow. Got a whole group of ladies that's busy working on their project today. Let's see. So for everybody that's doing our dealer digital exclusives, I had someone that said, "Oh, I'm disappointed in the fabric and disappointed in no buttons, and the kit just is disappointing me." And so it made me stop and think. Well, I specifically planned the way that it came out. Oh, and the ribbon, because there wasn't ribbon. This is what we're doing for our dealer digital exclusives next week, and the reason that things happened the way they did is I'm going to show you some ways to make buttons in the classes. Do you know there is a shortage of black buttons? Who knew? Yeah, Kimberbell put them in the project, was going to make a change, and I guess they ran out of time too, and I couldn't get black buttons, so I can't put something in the kit that I can't get, right? So unfortunately, it's missing black buttons. But you know, anytime there's a whether there's something missing or things don't go the way that you want to according to plan, you can get stressed out about it, or you can step back and say, let me figure another way. So if you're doing dealer digital exclusives with us, you will find out next Thursday another way. And I'm going to share that until class. So, but what I wanted to show you is I'm going to talk to you about the chenille, and then of course, instead of ribbon, you know, it's a watermelon. It's a fun thing. So I chose rickrack. Most everybody was happy, but you know, I chose rickrack. I just thought it was kind of, you know, cute, something a little bit different. But if you notice, what I want to tell you about chenille is that's where you take multiple layers of fabric and cut it. You know, if you ever had a chenille bedspread, remember in the day, a chenille robes where it had those rows and rows of striped fuzzy stuff? Well, you can buy chenille on a spool. We actually sell it at the store, and it's very loosely woven. The looser, the better. This is one of those times where looser is better. So your heavier, more dense fabrics do not tend to fray. We know that from doing raw edge applique. They don't fray off as well when you're scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. So that is why I chose the fabric that I did. It's stiff, so if you, and not everybody got it. Some people I ran out and had to get other fabric, but if you were one of the fortunate ones that got the stiff red fabric, you're going to be happy when you finished your project, because once it's made and a little bit of a spritz, and your chenille brush, this is what you want to use, your chenille brush, look at that. That is chenille. I think it's pretty cool. It's a different effect. And if you don't like that, you don't have to do it. You can do it as an applique. Couple things that you will want, unless you're just doing one little tiny chenille project, then you can get by with roughing up your chenille with an emery ward. So you can use an emery ward. It's not going to hurt it to rough it up. So you can do that. Works on something small. I didn't even use it on that. You don't want to use it on big stuff because it'll drive you crazy. You want to have a chenille brush, and a chenille brush is heavy. It's stiff. It's not a wire brush. There's a nylon, but it is stiff. An old toothbrush doesn't work. Tried it. But it's multiple layers. So I want to show you a couple fun things. And again, your thinner fabrics work best. You know what? One of the very best things that works for chenille, and I didn't get a chance to stitch it up, but embrace your gauze fabric. So So maybe what I can do is actually do that, because it does take a little bit of work to make chenille. But do that and be able to show you, and maybe be able to post a picture on our Facebook or our friends page. You need about 4 layers to really make it fluff up nicely. You have your base layer, that's the color, then you sew 3 more layers on top. So this, because you can see with the weave, look how loose this is. Okay, see how loose it is, and see how see how easily you can pull that away and fringe it. The looser it is, the better it chenilles, the softer. Chenille's really cool to use as an embellishment. We've used it in a lot of our quilt blocks around edges of flowers. You can trim them, you can do them on decorative sewing. If you have Embellish Maker software, you can create chenille by the click of a button. Yeah, you can take a design. Maybe I will be able to show that to you as well. But you can, by the click of a button, you can create a design into chenille. And you know, if you've done Kimberbell projects, and let's see, Hope Yoder and some of the others, they make chenille. But what if I don't have an embroidery machine and I'd like to make chenille? Well, let me just show you a couple things. Flannel. Flannel is another one. See you've got the fabric. If you've got fabric that really frays along the edge like that, that is good fabric for chenille. Okay? Really good for chenille. Let me see. This is just taking, look at this. This is just a panel. Now, they're all the same layers. You need 4, because we need 1 as a base. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one I've had around for a long time. This is just make a pillow, something easy. So what I did, then you just start sewing. And you're just going to sew like 1/2 inch. You decide how thick you want your chenille. And you just start sewing row upon row upon row. Hello, Chris. How are you doing today? All the way from California. And Judy and Heidi. So this is what it looks like afterwards. So all I did was layer them up. And you do want to sew this on the bias. You're going to get your best chenilling and best look if you sew it on the bias. So all I did was like 1/2 inch seams. They don't even have to be perfectly straight. It's okay. Ooh, Joyce Ranieri, you're all the way up in Maine. Stay warm, girl. And I see Michelle. How are you doing today, Michelle? So once you do that, well then how do I get this look? So you've got your strips sewn. You don't want to cut the base. You're going to cut it apart. You could, well, it's going to say maybe put a solid color underneath. It would give you a different look. You could make squiggly lines if you wanted to. But then what you do is after you've sewn it, you use a, Chenille Cutter. And I've got 2 different ones. And I like both of them depending on what the project is. This is an Olfa. What's nice about this one is it has 4 different sizes, so you can figure out how wide you want to cut it. And the blade doesn't move. It just uses one of my rotary blades. So when I wear it out, all I have to do is turn the knob and go a little bit farther to the next cut. So, and it's better if you can lay this down and do it. We got threads, lots of threads. So you just take and in all of those channels, and you just run this blade down through the channels and slit the fabric. And then once you slit it, you've got the pieces, and then you rough it or you wash it or whatever. But look at that. So you can take, and this really works well if you've got a panel of some cheap, ugly fabric. Look here. So we went from this to this. So it's just kind of cool, kind of fun. Now, some other things, throw that up there, that chenilles very well. And here's a piece of Onnesburg. linen. Linen's good. And we have one for the base, 1, 2, 3. I think I have 4 or 5. So the more layers, the thicker it's going to be. Now this one is the same distance as the other one, and then just roughed up. So you want to do it, like I said, on the diagonal. That's where you get your best fraying. And then you could easily embroider on top of this. You would want to embroider, if you were going to embroider, you'd want to do the same thing you do when you're on a towel. Use your water soluble or iron away stabilizer on top so that your stitches stay on the top. So that's pretty cool. Then let's see. Oh, this one. This was a really good one. Toweling. Toweling is excellent. So, you get some of that toweling fabric, or you got a piece and maybe it wasn't perfect. Now, what do I do with it? Well, I've got to make a hot pad. And this takes a yard. So it takes a yard. And now this says homespun light woven. Obviously something light. But this was the toweling. So you either use a yard of a homespun. Okay, it's a lightweight woven fabric. Lightweight, thin. It's so it's not the stitches aren't so close. Batiks is terrible. Don't try to use batiks because the batiks are waxed and woven so they don't fray. If they don't fray, it doesn't do any good. So this was made out of toweling, and you can see I did the 4 layers in one direction and then 4 layers in the opposite direction, and roughed it up, and then put a piece of wash away on top and stitched. And this is a hot pad just by itself, nice and lightweight. The edges don't even have to be finished because they are not going to fray anymore. They'll finish off. You can see it looks like it's finished. And that's all there is to it. It takes a little time and patience, but it's a really good project. Kids or whatever can do it because you're just sewing straight lines. And if they're not perfect, it doesn't matter. So it's very, very forgiving. Another one is, how about those nice soft chenille scarves? Yeah. This one, you can just use a yarn dyed flannel. Flannel would be wonderful. Homespun or rayon. And they're talking about rayon, and we do have some rayon fabrics at the store, but we also have some of these pashmina type rayon scarves at the store, and that's what you use. And a sewing machine. A ruler if you want to draw your lines. So there you have it. Those are just, a couple different things. This is the other rotary, or the chenille cutter that I really like. It comes with has two different widths, the most popular ones. And this one, this might be a little hard for some people to hold on and, to go through with it like that. If you have trouble holding, look at this one. It's ergonomic. There you go. Left, right, center. So that's, I hope that kind of clears things up a little bit, but not all fabrics work well for chenille. So when you see a project, they give you instructions and kind of tell you what, what the suggested materials and stuff are, but they're, sometimes in your kits, things might be a little bit different, but when you show up to class, you're going to find out why. Because I do try to think through things before I throw them together. Alrighty, the other thing that I have to share with you is I went over to the shop this morning to get the embrace. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to use it, but maybe I can get the samples. But then I found my samples, so it's all good. It's all good. This is one of the panels that we have in the panels, and if you're looking for either a shopping bag for yourself or a gift or a fun, easy project to go camping or to go shopping or to go vacationing with the kiddos or whatever, we have this as a panel. There are 2 sides to it, the straps, all of that's included. So this would be, now I did add and change it up a little bit. It even has a pocket. It even has a pocket. Look there. You can put a pocket inside. You could personalize it if you wanted to, but the pocket inside, it did not have the lining. I did add lining to it. But my point is, this would be a great piece to quilt, to do your edge-to-edge quilting on it and then put it together. You could have a quilted bag in no time. So how cool would that be? It is available on the website. I think it's number 85 if you're looking for, but you should be able to find it under panels. I checked, there is still a supply left. This would be really good for our edge-to-edge quilting class at the end of the month. You could quilt it and then be able to turn it into a usable, functional gift or project. Maybe, you know, I grabbed it because I like it for taking stuff back and forth to the shop, and I don't think it's going to be hanging up back in there. I think I'm going to keep it. But I looked at it and thought, oh, that would be so cool to quilt. So we could have some fun with that. Oh, goodness. How? Paula, you're back. Miss seeing you. Yes, we're off to the quilt shop to get some more fabric for a new project. I can't wait to hear what that new project is. Maybe we can catch up a little bit later, girl. Okay. Anybody have questions, comments, cares, concerns? Somebody asked me what we've got coming up. Next week is Dealer Digital Exclusives on Thursday. Our Amelia Scott Table Runner of the month, May's Table Runner. I've got bits and pieces everywhere. I've been working on all these projects so that I can have them together to share with you. And our Simplify Wall Hanging. Oh, I hope I can get that done ahead of time. But if not, we will be working on it. A couple of the things I've read through the instructions that you're going to be learning. If you're interested in it, you get the fabric kit. And oops, I'll grab the pattern to show you. Obviously, think about this. This project is 16 by 34. None of us have a hoop that's, 16 by 34. So what does that mean? That means you're going to learn rehooping and getting things lined up. I don't know about you, but that's something that I can never get too much practice with. So we're going to be doing that. And I think, what does it tell us? You need a 6 by 10. There's a design, you can do this with a 6 by 10 hoop or the 9 by 16, or maybe it's the, she included both sides. So 10 and 5/8 by 16, we've got it. So that's what we've got going on for this month. Of course, Fire Up the Grill that has the most awesome bonus designs. And if you're looking for, ways to spend that $100 to get your bonus, we have 2 packages that we've put together of stuff that you can use to make the bonus designs. And let's see, edge to edge. So here, if you don't have a yard of fabric, 2 yards, or you want to practice on something and it doesn't matter if it's not absolutely perfect, here you go. I think I might like to do another one of these and quilt it. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, I am going to head back to class because I've got some borders to make. And so I can show everybody borders and cutting using their Orange Pop rollers. Pam's off babysitting her little granddaughter today, so she's having a good time there. Okay, I don't see anything other comments, so I want to wish everybody, all the ladies out there, happy Mother's Day, because I know you mother somebody. It might be a 4-legged furry friend. It could be no legs, if you like reptiles and things like that, or I've got a friend that likes bearded dragons. She can be the mom to those guys. What was it, Jeannie? Yours had some kind of spitting lizards or some of those things. So everybody, you're mom to somebody, whether it's a friend, a family member, a furry friend, a spouse. Lots of us have spouses, and we do the mothering there too. Have a great day. Take time for yourself. Do something fun. Maybe I would hope to say that it would be so something, but whatever, whatever. And we will be back on Tuesday, the 10th, with some more fun tips and tricks and who knows what else. But make it a great day and go do something for yourself. So something. And don't forget our contest. Don't forget. Oh, I forgot. Got to show it to you because people are entering. This is all month. So don't worry if you missed it. I think I announced it on Tuesday. So go back and look at Tuesday. I haven't got the picture up at the store yet, but I also posted it on Facebook. So this right here, what you do is you send me an email to the shop, whitesewingcenter.com or AA White Sewing Hub. What's in the picture? How many? And then if you want extra credit, list them out. And the more specific, the better. List them out. And this is going to go all month. We will have a winner. And the other contest is, remember, your UFOs. Post on our friends page. I have X number of UFOs. Doesn't matter what X is. And I'm planning to finish X. Doesn't mean that you're going to finish all of them. Maybe you have 10 and you'll finish 2. Doesn't matter. And then post pictures when they're finished. And let's just see how we can work through our UFOs. And I hear there'll be some prizes because June 1st is our 6th birthday at the shop. So I know last year we had birthday gifts that we gave away. So we're going to have some prizes and maybe some more fun contests. So take a look, send us a list, and work on those UFOs. And we'll be back and see you on Tuesday.